Switching focus to La Liga on the SportsMax zone, and action continued earlier today as 10th place Mallorca travelled to unbeaten Real Madrid. We have those highlights.
When Real Madrid attacks, but some of them too will have to hold a little bit the position in midfield.
It is the home team that get us underway at the Bernabeu.
On his ankle, oh, there is Benzema.
There is a big slip and an opportunity for Karim Benzema, and inside 3 minutes, Real Madrid lead.
Draws the ball, and there we see again is a side pass, a bad control, and then Benzema. Just see the small gap that Reina left him, and well, 1-0 for Real Madrid.
Threading it into the box and finding Rodrigo, who goes to the byline, and it's deflected, and on the follow-up it's Marco Asensio. Mallorca looking for a response, and they found one through Kanginli. Militao stepping forward, finding Benzema. Wonderful ball for Marco Asensio, who has a big chance and takes that chance.
Players with more recoveries in midfield.
Rodrigo finding Benzema. Benzema holding the ball up. And now Marco Asensio going for the hat-trick! And he has the hat-trick! Alaba over the top looking for Karim Benzema. Benzema shoots! He takes a deflection. Vinicius holds off one challenge. Can he keep his cool? Oh, he really can! He is unselfish. He has teed up Isco, and it is now 6-1 to Real Madrid.
They're enjoying the scoreline, also, as I say, doing their part to try and sort of lift the spirits of some of the players who have been needing confidence.
Well, Bruno, thank you very much for your contributions, and Chappie as well. It has been an evening full of goals and entertainment. Marco Asensio is the king of the match. He scored a hat-trick against his hometown club.
Real Madrid there at home, beating Mallorca 6-1. Well, joining us now is former Trinidadian international and SportsMax zone football analyst Brent Sancho. Brent was among the crowd at the Santiago Bernabeu. Brent, how was it up close and personal?
Pretty exciting, Mariah. It's certainly the atmosphere there was a subdued one. Real Madrid, Santiago Bernabeu, obviously under renovation, and of course there are COVID measures as well, so it was not to its capacity. That being said, the entertainment on the field by the home side was something, of course, to awe at. They ooze with confidence, and the youngsters, particularly in the team, particularly Vinicius Jr., was outstanding for the 90 minutes plus and well-deserved victory. I think it could have easily been more. A lot of chances created by Real Madrid, but certainly for what is to come with the $500 million renovation at the Santiago Bernabeu, these types of performances will fit the stadium that is to come.
How beautiful was that hat-trick from Marco Asensio?
The thing about it, he never looked like he left second gear. He played with a lot of confidence. Of course, as I said, Real Madrid dominating the game. He played in the pockets. Mallorca just couldn't deal with the pace that Real Madrid presented on both flanks. And of course, the movement by Karim Benzema. Never really stayed as a focal point. He moved in and out. And of course, a man of his experience and talent and made it very difficult for the Mallorca defense, who looked shell-shocked, and at times they looked extremely nervous every single time Real Madrid attacked. And again, a complete performance by Madrid, and certainly a side that is, of course, glowing with confidence and look like they could go on to bigger things.
Yeah, a quick word on Asensio, Brent, a man who came through the Mallorca youth system, actually was bought from Mallorca by Real Madrid. When he debuted in 2016 at the Bernabeu, and given the quality of his first season, we all thought that this was the next player to emerge and go to superstardom. It hasn't happened that way. It has been, especially the last 2 seasons, one of disappointment and injury and bad form. Will today's hat-trick, you think, be the springboard for him to make that step up to the next level? Or is it time for that kind of transition past?
I think we've had these types of performances from Ascension, and you're correct. He's been in and out. When you think he's completely out, and there's rumors and conversation, I think almost every transfer window in the last year or two has suggested that he might be on his way out of Real Madrid. He would give you one of these types of performances, and then he goes back into a lull, so to speak. So I may suggest that his time at Real Madrid, especially what you see coming from the youngsters coming up, George, I'm not sure how he's going to fit into things because he's not consistent, if we are to be honest here. You may argue injury, you may argue, of course, out of form, but you're right. The way he started to where he is now, I don't think that he has a future at Real Madrid, particularly because of what is coming up next as it relates to the young ones in the Real Madrid rank and file.
And I'm very happy that you got sight, Brent, firsthand of the much hyped French youngster, Camavinga, in that Real Madrid team, beg your pardon. How did he look to you in the flesh?
I tell you what, George, the young man can play. What I liked about him is he always wants to get on the ball. I have to keep asking what his age is because he was brave. He wanted the ball. He took people on. Look, he made 1 or 2 mistakes where he might have held on a bit too long, tried 1 or 2 things. You could see Ancelotti in the sideline. Every time he tried something that he shouldn't have tried in the middle of the park, would get on top of him. But he's in the right environment to learn. And every single player in Real Madrid wants him to do well. There were moments during the game where Benzema would leave and have a conversation with him. And right throughout the Real Madrid squad, and even the fans that were talking next to us in and around, they were talking about him and have high hopes of him. And I think he's going to be a big, bright star for Real Madrid.
Right. Well, Brent, Barcelona, who will be in action tomorrow against Cadiz, are facing problems of their own as pressure mounts on beleaguered coach Ronald Koeman. After 4 games of this season, Barca are 8th with 2 wins and 2 draws. The team was beaten 3-0 by Bayern Munich in another weak performance under their Dutch coach. 4 names have since emerged as an alternative to Koeman: Xavi, Andrea Pirlo, Joachim Löw and Antonio Conte. Brenton, I feel like what happened today also at the press conference would add to it, because he went to the press conference, he walked out, he basically just asked the fans for more time, didn't answer any questions, and then he left.
Yeah, you know, I'm here at the World Football Summit, and there are a lot of officials from some of the different Spanish clubs. And the most of the guys that I've spoken to, they feel that he's already been given a marching papers, and I think Barcelona is trying to figure out how to let him go, because obviously they're going to have to pay up his contract. So the point is, I think the decision to let him go is looking more like a financial one. I think that decision from a footballing perspective has already been made. As I said on the show, in the same way George feels about Solskjaer, I feel the same way about Ronald Koeman. In the last program, I said that he needs to go. I just think he's way out of his depth. His team selection, yes, of course, Barcelona is not the Barcelona of Messi, etc. But still, what we've seen from the Barcelona team, they almost look clueless at times, and a lot of it is down to the way Ronald Koeman wants to approach football games and the way he wants to play. And as I said, his team selections have been horrendous. So it's only a matter of time. I think once they figure that out, I think he'll be gone.
And do you get the sense that, his strained relationship with Laporta would, help fasten this up? Because they've been back and forth in the media at it. And we get the sense that he's not a part of the long-term plan. So they maybe find the money and just, get rid of him and start again?
Yeah, they will have to, particularly with this La Liga season, where there are some teams like Sevilla, of course, Atletico Madrid, that is really fancied to win this version of La Liga. And if they allow them to keep going further ahead of them points-wise, it may be difficult for Barcelona to turn things wrong and catch up with them. What I saw tonight, again from Real Madrid, would suggest that they are also in the title hunt. So Barcelona needs to make that decision quite quickly, because if they don't, I think from a points perspective, and whoever comes in next will have a challenge on their hands to keep up with the front runners.
Yeah, of the 4 names being bandied about as a possible alternative, I think Xavi would go back for the romance of the club. I think Jogi Löw, Antonio Conte, and of course Pirlo. Pirlo and Xavi in the same boat. But for sure, Conte and Jogi Löw, Brent, would only go to the project if there is money to spend. Conte won Serie A with Inter after being given a blank check to sign who he needed to get the job done, and he did. Löw, a World Cup winning coach, is not going to go there for the love of it. Xavi will obviously be pulled by the fact that he's a Barcelona man through and through, and Pirlo may have the romantic in him awakened by the call. But you have to have money in a stable project to attract the best coaches, and right now Barcelona have neither.
And to add to your point, George, go back to Tottenham Hotspurs when Conte was, of course, prescribed for that job as well. And he didn't go, and we all know why, because Harry Kane, of course, seemingly on his way out, and there wasn't a lot of money at Spurs. Well, certainly they had more money than Barcelona. So Conte turning down the Spurs job certainly would turn down a Barcelona job when there's no money to spend to bring players in. I get the sense that Barcelona is really trying their best to woo Xavi back into the fold. And I think that's what they really want, and they're waiting on and they're hoping for. But I think as a young manager, Xavi would want to come into a situation where he has some guarantees. And I'm not sure the Barcelona board and, of course, the president, Laporte, can give him those sorts of guarantee. And I think that is a sticking point as to why Koeman is probably still at the helm. As I said as well, the financial situation and having to pay him up is also a situation that they would have to fix.
Well, Brent, thank you so much. Continue doing your work, doing the good work that you're doing, and we'll connect again.
Okay, guys, have a great one.
Of course, Brent Sancho there, former TNT international and our SportsMax zone football analyst. Well, as we leave this segment, these are the scores of the matches played in La Liga. We had Atletico Madrid overcoming Getafe. That match 2-1. Rayo Vallecano 2 goals against Athletic Club. Then Celta Vigo 2-0 victory over Levante. Espanyol overcoming Deportivo Alaves. Sevilla thrashing Valencia 3-1. Then we discussed that match. Real Madrid a 6-1 win against Mallorca. Of course, we had Villarreal a 4-1 win over Elche. Let's take a look at the standings now. Real Madrid, they're at the top of the table on 16 points. 2 points separate Atletico Madrid from Real Madrid. Then Sevilla and Valencia, they're neck and neck. Of course, 1 point separates both teams. Sevilla in third and Valencia in fourth position. We have Mallorca, they're number 10 on the table, having played 6 matches. They're on 8 points. All right, well, remember, action continues on Thursday with 2 matches on SportsMax 2.